I close today, I want to give you kind of a simple tool that you can use. So if you're thinking, man, maybe this is right, maybe work is a relationship, how do I go back and start having an impact? It's a very simple tool. I call it the relationship test. Here's how it works. You take any process, policy, interaction that you have in the workplace, and you ask yourself, if I were to take the same process or policy or interaction and I were to do this thing to my spouse or best friend, somebody that I really care about in my personal life, would it help or harm the relationship? It seems pretty simple. Let's use the performance appraisal as an example. Right? Because despite all the talk about performance appraisals being broken and replaced and all that stuff, many of us are still running the old playbook, right? So if we were to do a performance appraisal on our best friend, if you were to do it on your best friend, how would that go? How would they feel about you giving them a full year or a quarter's worth of feedback all at once? Or even more simply, how would they feel just in general about you piling on a bunch of critical feedback? They probably are not going to love that. That's not what they're looking for from you. So in the relationship test, that would mean I'm guessing it's going to harm the relationship. We're not going to be closer as a result of our performance appraisal. Therefore, it fails the relationship test, which then leads to the second question, which is, how could we redesign this process so that it accomplishes the same outcomes we're after, but that it builds relationship instead of harming it? That's where those 6 elements I just shared with you came in, right? Answering that question by integrating and designing in the elements of appreciation and communication and support in the others is really the opportunity we have to transform our organization. So, relationship test, take it back. I promise you, one of the things that'll be fun later when you're sitting around having a couple hurricanes, start playing out the relationship test with some of your HR practices. See how a job description feels in context of a relationship, a romantic relationship, right? Play it out because it's lots of fun, and you'll find that a lot of our processes are very much contract versus relationship. So for those of you that are interested and ready, I wanted to give you some resources. So if you would like the slides that I shared today, if you would like, I have a couple of other articles I've written on this topic that might be helpful for you to dig in. If you can right now pull out your smartphone, open a browser and go to gettalk.@smartstage, put in your email address, and you will immediately have an email in your email box that has my slides, the links, and my contact information. So if you want to continue this conversation, we can at a later date. So with that, remember, work is a relationship, and particularly in HR, we need to start acting accordingly. Thank you very much.